Hey, Grace and Peace fam. This is Charles here with your Midweek Recharge. I know we've been away for a couple weeks. Appreciate you giving me that space, that opportunity to get away, kind of relax for a mini vacay. But we're back to it. And I'm coming back to you with a message, a theme that I think we've used a couple different times, but it absolutely bears repeating, particularly this season, this kind of day and age. And it's the idea of being free to not be free. Or how about freedom to not be free? That's actually the message title that we used this past Sunday during our service, Sunday sessions for connecting. And it comes from this notion that we have been given liberty in Christ Jesus. The Spirit of the Lord came to give us liberty. And in particular, Paul, a servant of Jesus, a church builder, is writing to a group of believers in Corinth. We've been spending some good time in Corinth. And during one of his early correspondence with the church, he describes the idea of eating food sacrificed to idols. And in particular, Paul goes to great lengths to talk about the liberty of faith in Christ to not be consumed with food, because food doesn't draw us closer to the Lord. It serves no effect in that regard. It's our belief that does that. And for those that have sufficiently grown in Christ, they've realized, they believe that that food doesn't bring them closer, nor does it push them away from the Lord. However, there are fellow believers in the faith that haven't yet reached that level, that status. And so their belief continues to put them in a place where they don't want to eat food sacrificed to idols. And so for those that have progressed in their faith, they shouldn't let their freedom be a hindrance to others. Ultimately, Paul says something very plain, and if you have grown up in church like me, you've heard this several times. If I eat meat and that offends my brother or my sister, I'm going to stop eating meat. So my challenge to you this week is to consider your freedom and consider the ways in which your freedom may be a hindrance to others. You may be in perfectly good health, you may be asymptomatic, but does not wearing a mask put others at risk? Does your freedom come at the cost of someone else's? Let that be your recharge.